Hello everyone, welcome to the stream, and today we're going to be doing the 7th leg of Down the East Coast Push Trip using JustFlight Piper Aero 4. So there are a little bit of changes. If you've been following me from the previous streams, the one change we did right now is, let me go inside. So now we have the GTN 750. I got it from the PNS, I think, or PMS. They did a wonderful job and I really wanted to learn it, so we're gonna do that. Also, previously last 2-3 legs we had issues with visibility a lot, so I thought, why not make it just a little bit easy for us, so that way we can have the flights much more smoother. Even though I liked how we did before, and we're still going to be doing mostly VOR to VOR, but we'll at the same time have the GTN 750 to help us with our bush trip. So let's get started setting up the aircraft. First thing first, let's go ahead and check our fuel weight and balance. I don't need a co-pilot. We are flying alone, and in terms of fuel, 50% should be more than enough for this leg. And in this leg, we're going to be flying from Charleston, South Carolina to East Georgia, Savana International. I checked FATSIM, there aren't any controllers in any of those areas, so I guess we're going to be flying off the network, even though we can fly on the network. You know what? Yeah, let's do it on FATSIM. Oop, I think I opened the wrong thing. Okay, it's already running. Let me try to open vPilot. Okay. My PC has been acting weird, so let's leave that. I don't know why it's not opening. Okay, well, let's get started. So I'll turn on the master switch and alternator switch. Then we can go ahead and turn on our lights, nav lights, beacon, landing and strobe. All of those can come on, and our GTN 750 is ready to go. Everything is good. If we go to map, we can just zoom in, zoom out real quick. And in terms of our nav one will be set to Charleston. Before that, let me show you how I plan my route. Okay, so today I'm using Sim Toolkit Pro, and I have SkyVector as one of the tabs. So I've already gone ahead, put my departure and destination airports. As you can see, we already have a pretty solid line here. What we are going to do is that we're going to use the VOR. So the first VOR will be Charleston, which is, where is the VOR data? It's a Class C airspace. I see the VOR radial, so okay, here we go. Charleston. So 113.5. Let me quickly write that down. So 113.5, and we're going to be following the radial of 236 from Charleston. So we're going to follow 236 from Charleston. And then the next VOR that we're going to set is Savannah, which the information is right here, vortex. So 115.95. 115.95, and we're following the radial of the radial will be 06 with 06, so we have to actually reciprocate that. So 06 would be 240. So we're going to be following 240 to our Savannah VOR. So with all that information set, let's go ahead. A simple route, it shouldn't be more than 70 nautical miles. So let's go ahead and set our first nav frequency to, okay, I definitely have to change that. I think I have something set here. Yeah, so we're gonna set it to 113.5. There you go. And our nav2 frequency, which will be right here, will be 115.95. So 115.95. There you go. Both of them are set. It already shows us here. It's Savana DME. So we already have that turned off. Nav1 DME set up over here. And what are the next steps that we are going to do? We can go ahead and enter a flight plan as well if we want. So let's see how we can do that. I have no idea how to use this. This will be very fun. Let me go back. Flight plan. Okay, set origin. Okay, let's go. We are in Kilo Sierra Hotel, Kilo Charlie Hotel Sierra, and there we go, Charleston, and set destination Kilo Sierra Alpha Victor, Savannah. Around 75 nautical miles, and en route waypoint. So if we look at the waypoints from Sky Vector, these are the 2 waypoints. So we are gonna go ahead and input that as well, just for reference. And worst comes to worst, we can use those. So let's go ahead and use our waypoint. First one is Kulap. There you go. We'll select that, and the next one is Nomas. Okay, both of them are set, and we have the bearing 2 as well. Now this one, Japan. I don't know why this is. Let's remove that. Let's try it one more time. Nomas is correct. Is it? Yeah, it's in Japan. For some reason it's going all the way to Japan. So let's remove that. I guess it's gonna be a bit of learning curve using this. We're just gonna use Kulap here. And let's try one more time. November Oscar Mike Alpha Sierra. Duplicates found. Okay, so we can go over here. We can go to nearest, and yeah, there we go. Charleston. Wait, no. Recent. Southeast USA. This should be it. Yeah, there you go. Kulap is 10.4 nautical miles away. And wait. No mass. Seems like it can't find it. Interesting. Well, we're gonna leave it to that, and I think this is good for our flight plan. And one thing that we can do is we can go to procedure, arrival. No, we can go to approach, and depending on the weather. Now weather. So let's go ahead and get our weather for both the airports. If we go to weather, no, not this. Services, not here either. How do I get the meter information? Point info, weather data. I guess I'll have to set up and all that. Well, what we can do for now is we can go, we are set with this, so we're just gonna click over here, back, yeah. I guess what we'll have to do is we can use our Navigraph if we want, and the good thing about Sim Toolkit Pro is that everything is on one window. So we have our Sky Vector here, and then our Navigraph over here. I'll unload my flight from last night. We're gonna hide this, and we're gonna find Kilo Charlie Hotel Sierra. If we go over here, we open the airport, general, and weather. So over here we can see it's 280 at 5 knots, and if we go to runways, we know we can use runway 33. So that looks good. I'll put this into VFR map mode, and charts, taxi, and we have our taxi chart. So we're gonna basically go straight ahead, take golf, and get to the runway right there with all those informations, and we are set to go. I should have started my engine. Wow, big mistake. Okay, let's go ahead and start our engine. Very simple. We turn our fuel, we select our fuel tank, and then we turn on our fuel pump. After that, we will make sure prop is max, throttle is just a little bit up, and we can go ahead and turn on our, there you go. Once that starts, mixture can go rich, and we have a good engine start. We'll try to keep our RPM to about 14 to 1500. Should have done this a while ago. And another update is that I have started using the Logitech yoke that I had, the Pro yoke system. So with that, I have the timer on my yoke. I no longer need to open the one in simulator. With all that information, let's go ahead, zoom in. We can use this too. We're just gonna go over here and there will be runway 33. Okay, I think we're good to go. I'll turn off the fuel pump, set my flaps for takeoff. And actually we forgot to set the courses. Okay, so on my nav 1, which will be CDI 1 right here, I'll set the course of 236. So 236. 24, 23, and this should be 236. Okay, and our nav 2 radial will be 240. So right now on our GPS, nav 1 should be selected to go. Yep, that is selected, and I'll set our heading to our runway heading of 334. So 334. So 334 is selected, and I think we are good to go. So let's go ahead and turn off our parking brake, and we are good to go. Okay, what is happening? It is pulling very much to the left. I think it's my rudder pedal. Interesting. Yeah, that was my rudder pedals. This will be the taxiway we're gonna choose, and I'm gonna bring my RPM a little bit low. I think we're going super fast as well. So we're gonna take the Golf taxiway all the way to holding short point for the runway. Oops, someone's landing right there. I think that's FS Traffic. Yep, United Airlines. So we'll hold short until we have the runway vacated, and then we're gonna go ahead and take off and start the 7th leg of this push trip. I can see on the corner of my screen plane is about to vacate, so I'm gonna go ahead and line up and wait. We're gonna turn on our fuel pump. Our flaps is set for takeoff. Trims should be set as well. Oop, another aircraft. This is coming in super low. Okay, he had to go around. That was so stupid. So we're gonna go ahead before anyone comes. So once we take off, we will have to head towards 240. I think we're good here, so let's go ahead and take off. A lot of right rudder needed. And we are good to go. Let's go ahead. Positive rate of climb, gear up. We can turn off our fuel pump and flaps can go up. We're gonna slowly take a left-hand turn here, and we'll head towards our nav1 radial, which is on our left. I think I definitely messed up something here. No, actually no, the viewer is doing the from. A lot of glitches in Flight Simulator today. Interesting. Also for our cruising altitude, I think I'm going to take something around, what, 2500 should be good? Yeah, I think 2500 should be good. It looks like a clear day. Nothing to worry about. Cut down my power just a little bit. Our viewer is activated, so we can go ahead and turn on our autopilot, but I'll just hand fly it just for a little bit. So we're about to get to our cruising altitude of 2500. And I'll turn on my autopilot. We'll put it to nav, and 2500 is almost set. Also, we intercepted the radial for our VOR. And 2500 is good here. So we'll trim our aircraft to follow that. The GPS is just there for reference. I'm going to zoom out. We are using our VOR1 from Charleston, and we're heading at radial of 236 from Charleston. And you can see the Savana VOR is ready to get activated as well. That is good. If we want, we can go ahead and start our second nav as well. So if we go change over here to DME, we can see the information. We are about 70 nautical miles, 69 nautical miles away from our destination airport. Not bad, not bad. And around 30 minutes. We'll go and get the weather information in just a bit. We are cruising, so let me bring my RPM down to 2300, which is right over here. And it's been 7 minutes so far since the engine start. We are gonna switch our fuel tank in just another 7 to 8 minutes. Very excited to learn the GTN 750 really. It's gonna be fun. Also, it has a lot of integration, like, where did I go? We can even have our charts. I have my thing loaded. A lot of things still like not working, so have to look at those, why it's not working. Information arrivals. A lot of the charts actually don't open. So select. We still don't know which one to select. So the message. So we're inside airspace. It gives us this information as well. That's very cool. Airport info, Savannah. Elevation is 33 feet. We can go ahead and do a preview. Runways 10 and 28. And there is runway 1 and 19. Well, that's pretty nice information. If you want to do a straight in, we can go ahead and select 28 runway, but that really depends on the weather data. No AVWX token. What is that? Let's go to setup and see what that is. METAR. What is AVWX token? Okay, I think we can get it for free. Wow. Let me actually go ahead and do that if we can do that, that's gonna be perfect. I will open my browser and move it to another window. avwx.rest. So we can get it for free, which is 4,000 calls per day, which is more than enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and create an account and let's get this. Okay, we just got our token. Damn, we have to enter it. Damn, it's very long. I think it's not gonna be smart if we put it on live, so I think I'll do it later. I wish the paste function worked. Something got clicked. Okay, never mind. Yeah, well, that is not working, so I guess we'll do it later. I have the token ready and we can enter it right after the stream, and from next flight we can go ahead and use the meter information services as well. So with all that said, let's see, we are cruising at around 2600 feet. Very clear day. Now I'm not sure if that's a bug from Microsoft Flight Simulator or is it just a clear day. But yeah, we are on the 7th leg of our down the east coast bush trip, and we are flying from Charleston, North Carolina to Savannah, Georgia. Currently we are using our VR from Charleston, and I think I'm gonna switch it to our second VR. So I have it mapped, and once we do that, you can see this one will be active and we are no longer using our first VR radials or the CDI. So right now we are following this one, and if we go to our DME unit, we can see we are around 57 nautical miles away, 25 minutes away. And what we are going to do is we are going to use our Navigraph to get our initial weather info. For that we can go to search, and we'll go and search Savannah airport code. We'll open the airport and we'll go to weather. So it's 240 at 4 knots, which actually means we can go ahead and do a straight in for runway 28, or we can join the traffic pattern. For runway 28 we have good 3 knots of headwinds and 2 knots of crosswind coming in from left. I think that's good, yeah. That is good. In terms of charts, we can look at the airport chart. If we land on runway 28, depending on where we stop, our where is the general aviation ramp? There you go. So general aviation parking. Now if we land and we stop by Charlie, or no, this is not Charlie, Bravo, then we can just take straight up Bravo and go to the general aviation parking. All that sounds good to me. We have the weather information as well. Visibility is 10 statute miles, so it's clear. Clouds are at overcast 25,000 feet, nothing to worry about. We are only at 2,500. So with all that set, I think we are really set for this flight, and it is going not too bad. It is beautiful out there actually. After last 2 legs of complete overcast flying with very low visibility, it is nice to see that we are having a clear day. Also going forward, it's actually so funny because every day I'm learning new things about navigation and aviation and all that, and soon I'm going to very soon actually I'm going to start flying on network VATSIM, and if we see any controllers or anything, we can definitely go ahead and practice our airspace ATC skills. So what that means is right now we were in a class Charlie airspace, and up front of us I think it's a class Charlie as well, not sure. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Also, let's see if we can bring out our well, we can turn on our traffic. So airspaces are on, intersections are on. What I want to do is I kinda want next red, not sure. I actually want the wind information on my GPS as well. Now how can I do that in this? Not really sure. We don't need terrain in this. Oh, so we can have a second DME kinda unit right there. Yeah, this is actually really nice. Wow. So ET is in 21 minutes. That is not bad. I guess we'll have to find out the wind information later, or maybe if I go to setting, setup, com nav. No, that's fine. Options. So wind on ground is open, but not. Also, this one has a really neat checklist as well for our Piper Arrow. So this is really nice. Checklist imported. And what we can do is, if we go to, where was it? Utilities and checklist, and there you go. We can go ahead and go to whatever checklist we want. So there's the specifications, and we can go normal procedure, and we can go to cruise. Also, I think it's time to change our fuel pump. I mean fuel tank. So we'll turn on the fuel pump. We are going to switch our fuel tank, and we'll start our stopwatch one more time. Everything looks good. Switch off our fuel pump. I mean fuel tank, I keep on saying. So right now we're on the right one. So with that, let's go back to our GPS unit and see. A lot of good information, and then we can go to next checklist, which is descent checklist at the required power. So this is pretty neat as well. Really like that. Autopilot system, fuel planning, VNAV. A very good job by by PMS team. And yeah, we are coming towards an airspace. Most probably this one is a Charlie airspace as well. So we would need a two-way communication inside that airspace. It's very fun learning about all these different things, and I'm using the the VATSIM learning center to really get into these navigation skills and navigation ways, and it's pretty fun. So we're about 18 minutes away from our Savana airport, and we can see the same information over here as well. Very neat. Love it. The next target that I have in terms of learning is learning how to use ADF. I haven't really checked it out. So far I was comfortable with VOR, flying for at least for these VFR flights. And there are even more advanced techniques that I'll slowly get into. But definitely the next thing on my agenda is to get comfortable with talking to ATC, especially regarding airspaces and all that. When I'm not streaming and I'm playing Flight Simulator, I usually do PMDG 737 and all that flights, either using Phoenix A320 PMDG 737, and I'm flying on network, so getting my skills a little bit up. But at the same time, there's never you cannot just learn everything. You'll always be learning, and I love that. I really love that the fact that there is no end to learning. It keeps me alive. It keeps me happy. It keeps me excited every day. We'll be checking our METAR in just a bit using Navigraph until we get the token for the GTN 750. Once we have that, we will be set and we can use the METAR information right over here in the GPS. Very excited to start using this. I had my fun using the analog system, but this is very, very exciting. We can have something for reference, and realistically speaking, if I had the opportunity to get an aircraft, if I had my private pilot license, I'd definitely get an aircraft with a GPS or install in it. So I guess that adds to why I ended up changing from analog to a GPS system. It's just something that you learn. I've already learned not like learned it, but I've learned few basic things about the G1000 NXI that I use for my Kodiak 100 flight, and I'm pretty comfortable in it. So it's time to learn something less than the G1000 NXI, and this is very neat. It's a small unit and there are tons of features. Great job by the third-party developer, and we can see that we're climbing just a little bit. So let's try to get back to our target 2500. I'll cut down my power a little bit more and put the trim to descend. And in this aircraft there is no altitude hold, but JustFlight did give us the blessing of altitude hold, so I use that time to time. Like right now, I think I'm gonna go ahead and use that. So we're almost at 2500. Let's go ahead, stop. Okay, there you go. So it's in altitude hold mode and we're inside the airspace. Cool thing is you can go ahead on the message and it will tell you. So airspace was airspace less than 10 minutes, and airspace near and ahead. So if we clear these messages, I don't know how to clear them, but yeah, so we are currently inside this airspace. Keep an eye on the number here, 15 minutes away from our destination. And we can go ahead for the straight in, but at the same time I think I would join the traffic pattern. I'm not sure yet. Let's see how it goes. I mean, it's a clear day. We can do either or that'll be fine. Also, there has been a major update on the series that I'm doing for on-air career streaming. So for the first 6 streams, we were located in the tri-state area, mainly in New York City, going from LaGuardia, and we went as far as Ohio. But what I did was I was not enjoying flying over the city and all that, so I decided to create a new company in on-air career, and now we are situated in Alaska. Beautiful geography out there, mountains, a lot of mountains, snow-capped mountains, and a whole snowland. All the rivers are like snowy right now, so it looks very, very beautiful. And the video is up on YouTube. I streamed it last night, and then the video was uploaded to YouTube as well. You guys can go ahead and check that out. I'm very excited for that series as well. We'll be doing a lot of hand flying, which is very, very fun in places like Alaska. Like, you have to find those gaps between the mountains and avoid the high mountains, carefully adjust for your VNAV paths, and use heading mode a lot if you're using autopilot. So it's very exciting and fun type of flying when you do in remote locations like that. I had a hard time to decide, like, where should I go, what should I do. I started flying the Kodiak, and the fact that I even bought the Kodiak from Simworks Studios was after I watched some videos of Missionary Bush Pilot on YouTube. Such a great guy, loved his videos. So I was thinking, why don't we do it in Papua New Guinea, where the videos were shot. But then I was like, maybe I want to go to Alaska, stay within the US, but a very, very beautiful place. So my final decision was Alaska, and I think I made the right choice. It's going to be very fun flying over there. A lot of small strips, a lot of remote locations to go to. It's going to be absolutely fun. I will most probably be streaming tomorrow around the same time for that series, so make sure to tune in for that. And as you know, all my streams are uploaded on YouTube as well, so if you missed the stream, you can go to my YouTube channel, Zulfa907. Make sure to subscribe there. And yeah, it's gonna be exciting few months coming up, because I will be doing a lot of stream with Kodiak 100. And also I'm thinking of joining virtual airlines, maybe Southwest. So we have all different kind of content. Like I'll be flying the Piper Arrow for the bush trips mainly, such as this one and the future ones that are coming. We are about halfway done with this bush trip. Our goal is to get to Key West, Florida, and we are in Georgia, so not too many legs left. But after this, I have planned something grand, and you all should be excited for that. I'll reveal the plans in my future stream. I talked about it in one of the last streams, but I will talk about it in depth in the future streams. So we're going to be doing bush trips with the Piper Arrow, and our on-air career is using Kodiak. I absolutely love that plane. And then just to have airline into the mix, we will be joining virtual airlines, or we'll just do regular flights. And I'll show you a lot more about Sim Toolkit Pro, which is a completely free tool. Such a good job by the developer, and it is so good. It is so good. Like you can find real ops mission, like you can find real airline flights and fly them. And we'll be using PMDG 737, 700 or 800 variant, one of those for the flights. Maybe sometimes Airbus as well, but right now I'm gonna really focus on the Boeing aircrafts. With that said, we are around 11 minutes away from our destination, to be exact 11 minutes 30 seconds. And yeah, once we have the airfield on site, we'll start descending down, and then we'll make a decision whether we can go straight in based on traffic around the aircraft, traffic around the airport. So based on all those, we can go ahead and make a decision there. Let's go ahead and check our meter information one more time, which is actually right up there. Nothing updated 46 minutes ago, and still 240 at 4 knots. Nothing too bad. Let me if I hide my Navigraph, I have the VATSIM map open. Where are we? Oh, we are not actually on the slide. Let me turn this on. So this is basically showing us all the people who are using Sim Toolkit Pro for flights right now. Where are we? We should be. What is this? We're somewhere around here, but we are not shown on the map. Or is this us? No. But yeah, as of the VATSIM, there's a little bit of activity, not too much. Especially it's towards the night where you get a lot of people online on VATSIM. But we have the weather, and we are set. We are about 10 minutes away from the airport, and we are facing some turbulence here. 10 minutes for our fuel tank, 5 more minutes, and we are going to switch our fuel tank to the left one again. Just checking my fuel quantity. Looks good. RPM is good, and we are about 9 minutes 30 seconds away, which is what, 20 nautical miles. So in about 5 more minutes we should be able to see the airport, or a little bit longer, and then we should be able to see the airport on site, and then we can go ahead and see what to do, whether to go straight in or not. Seems like we are facing some strong winds here. Hopefully near the airport the weather is clear and there isn't much activity going on. Usually what happens is once we get towards the final, the wind starts kicking in. Once again we are gaining altitude. I believe that is for the winds. So once we are close to the airport, we will, which we are actually 8 minutes away, so let's go ahead and descend just a little bit down. So we are within that 2500 mark. Making sure my power is good, we are not over speeding or anything like that. And we're almost at 2500. And there you go. We'll level up right here. Still getting pushed by the winds. It's 30 minutes, so I'm gonna switch my fuel tank. Fuel pump comes on. And fuel tank switched. Everything is looking good and our fuel pump will go off. So right now we're flying on the left tank. Quantity is good as far as I can see it. I'll bring the power back up just a little bit. Let's see if we can select a procedure for visual runway 28. ILS, VOR, RNAV. I think there is no option for visual in this. Transition. So we are very close to our destination airport. Let's go back to map. Around 13.4 nautical miles away. In the map we can see it's very close to some rivers, so we'll keep an eye for that visual reference. Should be somewhere over there. Now my question is this the runway? I don't know what this really is, but we'll start to descend down actually. We'll do a very easy descent, around 400 to 500 feet per minute, as we are only 4 minutes away. So let's do that. I'll cut down my power. Very strong winds here. So it seems like our heading bug was on instead of our nav. I don't know when that happened or how that happened. What are we doing here? Now that the nav has gone on, it will try to get to that radial right there, the CDI needle. So I think all this time we were on heading, and once I looked at my multi-panel, Logitech multi-panel, I saw the heading light is on. I'm like, that's interesting. But But how is that even following our heading when our heading bug was set to some other heading? Well, just to be safe, I will set my runway heading, which is 277 for my heading bug. 277, so that way we know our reference for the runway. And we are going down to about 1500 feet, crossing 1800 right now. We'll stay within 1500 as we get closer and closer to the airport. We are very close. We are like 2 minutes away from the VR, so the VR is like a minute or less away from the airport. Just zoom in. So these were the rivers, the visual references we were talking about. We might have to join the pattern. We might not be able to do a visual straight in, and that is fine. I would love to fly a pattern for the for this airport. So the airport should be somewhere right there. I think that is the runway, yeah. So you know what, I'm gonna turn off the autopilot and we'll be hand flying for the rest of this leg. I'll bring down my power. Can't bring it down too much. As you can see, it starts giving me the warning for landing gear. So we have the airfield on site. This is probably the cross runway for I think that is runway 19. We'll start to reduce our speed here. And hand flying any aircraft is just so much more fun. Our runway is going to be a lot more to the left. And our speed is pretty good here. We are at the traffic pattern altitude, and I think I have visual of the runway. Yep, the runway is like right here. I'm going to try fly over the airfield and join the downwind. There you go. There is our runway on the left. I'll go ahead, turn on my fuel pump. If we have to change our fuel tank, we don't have to worry about that. So there you go. This is the runway we're gonna land on. I'm gonna start cutting down my power and we'll start descending. Zoom in on my map. There you go. Fly just a little bit straight and then we'll go ahead and take a turn. So right now we're joining the downwind at about less than 1,000 feet, so shouldn't be too bad. And we are parallel to the runway. There you go. You can see the runway on our left, and what we are gonna go ahead and put our landing gear down. Speed is good. We can set our flaps as well to 10. We'll make our base turn just in a bit. Put my prop to max. And we'll make our base turn right here. And we'll make our final turn as well. Letting my flaps down. Oof, I think we made it very, very tight here. But we should be good. Yep, we are very high, but the runway is super long and we don't need much runway to land. So there you go, at the end we made it work. Hopefully we'll have a good touchdown. Speed is good. Rudder pedal kicked so that we don't have any unnecessary turns. Oof. That was a little bit harsh. Okay, let's go line up with the runway. And yeah. There you go, we had touchdown. Apply the brakes and nice touchdown. No issues at all. I will zoom in so we can take the next taxiway right over here. Well, that was okay. To me that was pretty good. Yeah, we did mess up a little bit on the final turn, but I think that was good. So we made it to Savannah, Georgia. That flight to me wasn't bad at all. Okay, now in order to go to, we actually took a wrong turn on taxi there. Should have taken a left turn, instead we took a right turn. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cross runway 19 there and take Bravo as we decided. So let's go ahead and do that. But I'm happy we made it down, and I don't know what's the touchdown feet per minute vertical speed. I will try to see. Sim Toolkit Pro is supposed to give me one. So let's go to the dashboard. My logbook. Nope, nothing really. Landing reports. We're about to cross the runway. 19 is not on use as far as I know, but we'll still check. Everything looks good. So we'll cross the runway and then take a right turn and then cross runway 28 as well. So there it is, Bravo. We're gonna take a turn on Bravo. I hope you guys enjoyed this flight. I personally enjoyed it. The landing was not bad as well. We did not slam down. Quickly checking the runway. Nobody's there. We are Gucci to go. The general aviation parking ramp is somewhere over there. We'll keep going straight and park there. I have the charts open, so we're gonna take a turn on. We don't really have to take a turn, it looks like. We can just park over there on the empty space and nobody's gonna mind. This was a pretty nice flight, not too many challenges on the way. It was fun using the GTN 750. GTN 750, I keep messing up the name. But yeah, it was pretty okay. I enjoyed it. It was a clear day on the positives, and that's very important. Last two flights I honestly did not enjoy it much. Most of it was IFR condition, but we managed to land, so that was good. And we are here in the general aviation parking ramp. I see nobody trying to guide me, so I'm gonna go ahead and park it right over here. Forgot to pull up my flaps, so let's do that. Parking brake can come on. Our landing gear is down. We are ready to shut off our engine, so let's go ahead, turn off all the lights. Beacon will be left on. There you go. Beacon light can come off. Alternator can go off. Magneto will go to shut off position. Come on, yeah. And master switch can go off. So that was it for this flight. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I personally did enjoy it. It was a clear day. The landing was not too stupid. Like, I've had landing where it slammed the plane down on the runway, but yeah, we avoided that. So I guess this was a win. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and make sure to watch the videos on my YouTube channel for the previous legs, and y'all have a good day.